Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, there is some problem. Okay. Good morning, Dr. Jesse.
Good morning, Mr. Madan. Good morning, Mr. Arinath.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Madan. Morning, all. Hello.
Hi, good morning,
Yeah, sir.
Dr. Jesse.
Yeah, there is some problem. Okay. Good morning, Dr. Jesse.
Good morning, Mr. Madan. Good morning, Mr. Arinath.
Yeah.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Morning, all. Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Dr. Jesse.
Yeah. There is some problem. Good morning, Dr. Jesse.
Good morning, Mr. Madan.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Bhavya, it is getting repeated.
Sir, is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
I think, Bhavya, can we start?
Yeah, sir. Sir, Jesse sir, could you please slide show this PPT?
Yeah, sure. It's okay.
Nice,
Yeah.
thanks. Manan sir, it's good to start.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, good morning to Dr. Jesse and Harnath sir, Bhavya, and all the participants. Welcome to HIEE, Empowering Engineers Private Limited. My name is Madan Mohan. I'm the Managing Director of HIEE, Empowering Engineers Private Limited. Today is the 30th webinar on how to clear job interviews effortlessly. See, as a part of our 100 webinar mission, today we are conducting 30th webinar. I hope this session will help you out. Definitely, Dr. Jesse will definitely make the session wonderful with his experience. And coming to HIEE, HIEE is Hyderabad Institute of Electrical Engineers. Basically, we are providing job-oriented training for core segment engineers, and also we are helping them to get into the right career in terms of electrical, mechanical, and civil core domains. And I would like to introduce Mr. Harnath sir. I'm very glad to introduce him. Mr. Harinath sir is bagging almost like a 35 years of experience into HR services, and he is also working as a freelancer for the various prestigious organizations. and he is the moderator for today's session. Thank you, Harnath sir, for putting your efforts in making this session wonderful. And I request Harnath sir to introduce Dr. Jesse today. Thank you, sir. Over to Harnath sir.
Harinath, sir. Sir, could you hear us?
I think there is coming.
Sir is on mute, sir. We are not able to unmute him also.
1 second. Now you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Suddenly it went into mute. Okay. Once again, thank you, Mr. Madan, for speaking nice words about me. Once again, good morning to all of you. I welcome you to this webinar, this wonderful webinar. I would like to introduce Dr. Jesse Christin. He is currently working with Masadar HR Services as Chief Delivery Officer, India Operations. He has total experience of 30 years in the industry. An HR leader having a strong, in-depth, functional expertise across all facets of human resources arena. He has got a diverse variety of exposure, working across education, IT services, IT product development, ITES, HR consulting sectors. Has worked in companies such as NTT Data, Philips, Cambridge Solutions, Nest Technologies, Hinduja Global Solutions, Accent Consulting, Nature Technical Training Foundation, etc. Some of his he has a lot of achievements, but I'll mention some of the key achievements because if I mention all the achievements, it will take 1 hour. Okay. At Connovate as Vice President, HR and Operations, he was responsible for the delivery of India and of India healthcare practice, responsible for the delivery and also managing HR functions. As head of delivery for India healthcare recruitment, vertical played a significant role in starting and growing the business of recruiting medical doctors across specialties. Second, at HGS as Vice President Human Resources for India Operations, played a significant role in growing the organization. Some of the key HR initiatives implemented at HGS include launching HGS Toastmasters Club, Teach HGS India, team leaders with zero attrition in quarter, so on and so forth. He has international exposure also as head recruitment Asia Pacific region for Philips Electronics Hong Kong Limited, responsible for 14 countries based in Hong Kong from July 2002 to May 2005. So he has a academic council member, Meston College of Education, Chennai. He is a PhD guide and he's a advisor and visiting faculty to Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, SRM University. He has hired students from IIM Bangalore as part of Hinduja Leadership Program, conducted career seminars for MBA students of Hong Kong University of Science and Technologies, visited universities many. So I'll stop here because, as I told, it will take 1 hour to read his achievements. Thank you very much, Dr. Jesse, for accepting our request and for accepting our request and conducting this webinar. Floor is yours, Dr. Jesse.
Thank you, Mr. Harinath. Thank you, Mr. Madan. Thank you, Ms. Bhavya, for this excellent opportunity. Are you able to hear me and are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let me get started. So good morning to all the participants. I hope majority are from the student community. I hope you will find this session useful. I do understand some of the people from teaching fraternity and also people from industry are also, have joined. I hope it will be useful for everyone. So let's get started. Quick view on my educational background. I would like to connect this slide with some of the things I'll be speaking a bit later in the session. Okay, so this is about my educational background. There is a reason why I'm sharing this slide. I will connect it a bit later in my session. Okay, so let me move on to a quick glimpse of some of the awards which I have won. Okay, again, there is a reason why this slide is being put across here. Okay. Is it blocking the view, this particular portion, or?
No, sir, no, nothing.
Fine, you are able to see, right? Okay.
Yes, sir, yes.
Fine. Okay, so the key message from this slide I would like to give to the audience is, in today's fast-paced world, we are looking for instant success, right? We are looking for quick success in whatever we do. But in reality, life is not about. Hello? Okay, in reality.
Yeah, it is better you mute all others.
Yeah, thank you. I think the reality in life is it's all about having a consistent, excellent performance during our entire career. Not only in career, I would say in the entire lifespan. Okay, so that's the key message I would like to leave to us from this slide. So it's not about being successful in one job at some stage of our career, or let's say I've done well in my 10th standard, but I'm average in my 12th. Again, I'm better in my graduation, but then again average in PG. I think it's a stand we need to take as individuals, right? If we want to be successful, whatever we do in life, we should put our best efforts. It's as simple as that. So there is no shortcut for success. So just to give you this message is what I have tried to portray through this slide, because I personally believe in very, very high performance. In whatever I do, I try my best. Okay, so I just want to share the perspective. That's the reason. It's not for any boasting or anything. I am sure some of you hearing me may have much better track record than me. So that's the only message from this slide. Again, I will connect this a bit later during my session. Okay, so let's move on to the main topics of the day. How to clear the job interviews effortlessly. I have used the word effortlessly, but I'm sure all of us realize that nothing comes in life for free. So some little bit of efforts we need to put. So I will be sharing those tips as well, right? If we do things in a very structured way, then how we can clear the job interviews effortlessly, right? So there is some preparation required. I'm going to share all those steps. Next is, what are some of the questions we ask in an interview, right? Many times we are not sure as to what kind of questions will be asked in this interview versus some other company's interview. So I'm going to share a detailed list of questions which are generally asked in most of the interviews, especially at an entry level when we recruit freshers. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm also going to give some specific answers which as interviewers we would be expecting to hear. Okay, so I hope that will be useful for you. Okay, next is what we should look for in a job, right? People are actually confused. How to choose the right company? Is it the brand name? Is it money? Or is it something else? So I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on this area. Next is, how do I negotiate the salary? Okay, this will be useful whether you are a fresher or with some experience. How do I track my career? right? Now, how do I know that I'm growing in the corporate sector or whichever field I am in right now? I'm going to introduce an interesting concept called Collabory. I have noticed that some of the participants who are listening today have also attended probably a few of my previous sessions. So you may find a few headings, boring. So I leave it to you whether you want to attend or you can skip it. It's fine. But for the rest of the people who are hearing me for the first time, I hope this will be a completely a real, awakening for your career. The concept called Collabory. I'll come back in a minute, maybe in the next few minutes when I go into the details, you will get to know what it is. And the last subheading is how to be successful in life. Okay. So the objective is not just to give you some tips on how to clear the job interviews effortlessly. I'm trying to offer a complete package. Okay. So that you get some idea about what is important in life overall. Fine. So let's get started. How to clear the job interviews effortlessly. Now, the important thing is map the companies where you would like to map the industries and companies. Okay. Now, let's say somebody is pursuing mechanical engineering or electrical or electronics or computer science or civil, industrial, production, whatever be your branch of engineering or any other course, right? BA, BSc, BCom, MBA, whatever be the course you are currently pursuing, it's very important to first take some time to understand which all industry sectors you would like to target, right? Because as a human being, it is impossible to work in all the sectors available, right? So it's very important to figure out which sectors as an individual I really enjoy working, or I have some flair towards that particular technology or the sector or whatever is your starting point to relate to that industry sector. Okay. So before we proceed, just for the benefit of all, now there is a difference between the terminology, industry, and company. Many people actually misuse these two terminologies. Okay. Just to clarify that, a company is one single entity. It may have several lakhs of people or whatever be the number of employees working in that company. If it is one organization, it is called a company. If there are more than one company doing a similar activity, we use the terminology industry. So if I say software industry, it represents companies working in software sector. Okay. So the example could be Wipro, TCS, Infosys, Capgemini, Microsoft, all these companies. Microsoft is not an industry. Microsoft is a company. TCS may have probably 4.5 or 5 lakh employees globally, but it is a company. It is not TCS industry. Okay. I think it's important to get this thing right in our mind. Okay. So let's move on. Now, first is to identify a few sectors you would like to target. Okay. Having arrived at maybe about, let's say about 6-7 sectors, you feel you would like to start your career. Now, next step is to identify 1 to 2 sectors where you would like to have a long-term career, right? Now, it may take some time for you to figure out. I'm just going to give you some proper steps in terms of the objective is to clear the interview effortlessly, okay? But I think we need to go through a certain process, right? That's what I'm trying to explain here. So you have written down in a paper or in your folder of your computer or in whichever way it is, you have written some 8 to 10 sectors broadly. From there, you are picking up 1 or 2 sectors, okay? That's where you are actually going to spend majority of your career in future. Now, in these sectors, identify about 5 to 10 companies where you would like to join as a fresher, or maybe 2 years later or 5 years later. You can call it as your dream company or whatever be it is, whatever be it. In these sectors, in each sector, identify about 5 to 10 companies. Okay. Now, having completed the initial steps, now comes the actual execution. Okay. Now you open a folder for each company. If you want, you can buy a 200 pages notebook and start writing. If you believe in writing and keeping it, that will help you to stay connected. Or if you want to type on your word and put it in the folder in the computer, whichever way you feel is comfortable, have a folder for each company. Okay. Having done that, start capturing the following details. Right. First is about this company's entire global history, right? When was the company started? Where is the head office located? Number of countries they operate? What's the global headcount? Number of products they manufacture or service? What's the global ranking? Global revenue and profit, let's say for the last few years or the last financial year. Okay, now, why is this required? Because the idea is to join a few companies. So it is important to get maximum information about those companies, right? You are going to target to join a few, one or two companies in your career. Not essentially the first job, maybe after 2 years, 5 years, you may still want to join one of the other companies you have mapped in this list. Okay. So do a thorough exercise by collecting as much data as possible. Most of these things, what I have written here, it's all available in the internet. If you have any friends or any relatives, any seniors, alumni working in these companies, please reach out to them and try to collect very, very specific details. Okay, this is about global collection of data. Do a similar thing at the India level now. Okay, when was the company started in India? Where is the head office in India? How many people are working in India? How many centers do they have in India? Maybe they have got 5 centers: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata, etc., etc. Right? Number of products they manufacture or service. What's the ranking in India? India revenue and profit. Okay, so you can actually get all this information or most of the information either from the public domain, social media, etc., plus by speaking to the people who are working there if you have some contacts. I hope this approach is clear, right? So first is to get a list of 8 to 10 sectors, bring it down to a couple of sectors. In each sector, you identify about 5 to 10 companies. Your dream company doesn't matter whether that company comes to your campus or not, doesn't matter, right? I'm just going to give you a proper step in terms of how to reach that company in your career. If not the first job, 2 years, 3 years later, you will reach there. Okay. Having done this, now you have collected all the details about this company, all these companies at a global level and at the India level. I hope so much is clear. Let's move on now. Okay, now start interacting with these identified companies. Okay, approach these companies for the following. It could be industrial visit, implant training, summer internship, weekend part-time online jobs, short-term projects, final year or final semester projects, to sponsor some professional events in your campus, invite people from the companies to give talks, etc. The objective is to build contacts with people from these companies. Now you may be thinking, okay, some of these things what I have mentioned may not be applicable in the last couple of years due to COVID. Okay, somebody has raised a hand. My request is, if you have any questions, please make a note of it. So let me complete my presentation in a flow. Then I hope we will have about, the session is planned from 10 to 11:30. So I'll try to finish my presentation quickly, maybe about before 11:10, 11:15. We'll keep some time for the Q&A. Is that fine? That will actually help me to cover my entire planned presentation. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine, Dr.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so now this is an important thing. Now some of you may be thinking, okay, so these are all activities which are supposed to be done by my placement department. Friends, placement department will have its own limitations in any organization, in any school or college. Okay, because placement department's objective is to place people in the companies every year. So the starting point for them would be, they may start identifying a few companies for pre-placement talk, for internship, for final project, right? They have a standard pattern which they have to execute, and they will have limitations in terms of headcount, their bandwidth. So these things I am requesting or I am encouraging like-minded people. Let's say 5 of you would like to join in Intel, okay? Or you would like to start, you would like to one day work in Google, right? Maybe 3 people, 5 people. Those people can join together and do all this exercise as far as that particular company is concerned. It will be very, very interesting thing if you start doing it. Trust me, it will be a very enjoyable journey. You will know how do I finally reach there, and you will reach there one day or other. Okay, fine. So let's move on. Now, having done some groundwork, now study the recruitment process in these companies, right? How do they recruit fresh BE graduates? Since I'm told that mainly the audience would be with engineering background, I have put it as BE. If you are listening to me with any other qualification, kindly replace with your own respective qualifications. Okay. How do they recruit for fresh graduates, right? Through campus or off-campus recruitments. If it is through campus, right? Do those companies visit my campus, right? It is important for me. Or if I have to approach them through off-campus, what is the procedure? What is the process? How do I try to reach them, right? All these things you should plan much in advance. Study what kind of jobs are available at the entry level, right? Example, software engineer, design engineer, site engineer, electrical engineer, all kinds of positions. Okay. Now, what is the selection process? Is it a written test followed by group discussion followed by interviews, or group discussion followed by interviews, or multiple rounds of interviews, etc.? Now, why this is important to know much early in the game? Traditionally, what we are used to is, right, we go after semester in our college, first semester, second semester, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Suddenly, one fine day, seventh semester comes or eighth semester comes. Now the placement department announces that on so and so date, this particular company is coming for campus interview, right? Nobody has any clue about the selection process. Sometimes it is told a week in advance, or sometimes nobody knows. Okay, maybe they do a written test, or they may do one group discussion, they may do one interview. If you start your preparation 1 week before, trust me, you may or may not be able to clear the interview, right? The fact is, if you are able to capture all these details in advance, please remember, an organization will not keep changing the selection process to recruit the freshers every now and then. They may change it once in a period of 3 years, 4 years. They will keep on tweaking some of the questions or some of the testing methods. However, if they have an approach like first is a written test, right? Eliminate some of the people and take the next set of people to GD, then take it to the interview. If this is a standard approach, most likely they are going to continue with the same approach by and large for the next year also, right? So you can get all this information from your alumni, from your friends, anyone who's working in that company. If you can become friendly through LinkedIn or any other social media, it's a matter of few days time, you will get to know what is the process which is followed at the entry level. Okay. Now, why it is required or why it is useful? Some of you may be very good in cracking the written test because you are very thorough with the concepts, but probably you are weak in communication, right? You are not able to express freely. You are not able to freely speak in a group, right? Either you feel shy or you become nervous, or because there is no practice, there is no exposure, right? There is nothing wrong with you as a person, just that you never got a chance to be part of a group discussion exercise. As simple as that, right? So if, okay, let's cross that. Maybe somebody is good in test, somebody is good in GD in a group level, but when it comes to one-on-one interview facing a panel, sometimes people create their own tension, their own pressure. Okay. So it is very important to understand in general to prepare for each of these activities separately. Very importantly, to prepare for your respective companies which you have chosen in your list. Okay. Trust me, if you start practicing, right, over a period of a few weeks, few months, you will gain your confidence. If somebody is not able to speak freely, if somebody's English is not good, right, don't feel bad. People may make fun of you, doesn't matter. Tell your friends, tell your close friends, today onwards, I am going to speak to all of you only in English, right? I may commit some mistakes, but please correct me. So identify some people who are really good in English communication to be part of this group, who can actually genuinely help you to improve, right? So initially people may make fun of you, but trust me, you will start to observe how others are speaking, what words they are speaking. So you will start to apply those words. Your sentence formation will become better. You will be able to think and speak properly. All these things will happen over a period
Jesse
of
sir,
time.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
People are not able to follow you, sir. They are saying that you're little fast.
Okay, so I have time till 11:30, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, you have.
Okay, okay.
We can go a little slow because they are not able to follow you the fast. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Okay, I'll reduce my speed because I'm worried about the timing as well.
No,
Okay.
no time bar, sir. You can continue. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Okay, great. Fine. So, do I need to explain this part again, the selection process, or is this clear? Thanks for this feedback because at least I will reduce my pace now from now on.
It's better we repeat it, sir. Maybe we have just got it while you're conveying the same.
Okay, fine. So let me start with the selection process. Okay. If your targeted company plans to have a written test followed by group discussion, followed by interviews, and if you are aware of this information, let's say 6 months or 1 year in advance, right, it will be very easy for you to be 100% prepared for clearing this stage of the interview process. So the point is, if anyone listening to me right now who's in the first year of engineering or second year of engineering, trust me, you've got a lot of time to improve your skills. Okay. So if you are in the 5th semester or 6th semester or 7th semester, whatever time still available before you complete the course, try to do some of these things parallelly. Okay. Now you may be thinking that we are currently not studying in the campus, we are doing through online. You can do practice sessions through online as well. You can have a group discussion, right? You can have a platform like this where some 10 people can join, give a topic, allow first person to speak, then the second person can speak, third person can speak. Let it not be like trying to compete with each other. Just allow each person to speak on a topic which is already prepared in advance, something like a Toastmasters meeting. Okay, so is that clear? Fine. So let me move on. Okay, the key thing is prepare thoroughly so that you clear each round and get selected for the job. The objective is to know the process, what kind of jobs are available. Yeah, Shifa is raising her hand. Any questions from Shifa?
No, sir. You can continue. I'll just open it.
Sure. Okay. So if there are any questions, as I mentioned earlier, kindly make a note. I will be more than happy to address the questions once I complete my presentation. Okay. So the whole objective is to ensure that you are able to, Shifa is again raising her hands. So maybe Bhavya, you can speak to her and take down the question if there is any issue. Okay, fine. So let me move on to the next one. So here, before I move to the next section, I would like to quickly give a summary. You identify a list of 8 to 10 sectors where you would like to join, right? From that, you try to bring it down to 1 to 2 sectors. Let's say software industry, manufacturing industry, or software, retail. I'm just giving an example, right? These are the 2 sectors where you would like to have a long-term career. Now, in these 2 sectors, write down about 5 to 10 companies probably you would like to join, either in the beginning of your career or over a period of time. Okay. So for those companies, you make a list of, prepare all the details about their global data. Then you collect the details about what all happening about that company in India, right? Then you start to interact with these companies in various formats. It could be for internship, it could be for a part-time job, weekend job, whatever is the opportunity, right? And try to reach out to some of the people working in these companies through LinkedIn, and just be a professional. Try to get into a professional contact with someone who is willing to help you, willing to share some information, willing to guide you, willing to mentor you, right? If you send LinkedIn request to maybe 10 people, I'm sure 2 or 3 will respond positively. Try to build a rapport and try to understand, how do I get a job there? I'm studying in this kind of a college. Do you think my college is part of your campus recruitment schedule? If it is not there, how do I apply? Is it like I have to come to your company, let's say in Mumbai or Chennai or Bangalore, to attend for an interview? Or once in a year, once in 3 months or 6 months, do you conduct any off-campus recruitment in various cities? So try to collect all this information so that you are 100% thorough about the process and you are fully equipped. Okay, fine. So I am done with this first topic. If anybody has any questions around this, please make a note of it. So I'll be happy to address it after I complete my entire presentation. Okay. Am I still audible? Am I connected?
Yes, sir. Everything is perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Fine. So let me move on to the next one. What are the typical questions asked in an interview? Okay. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to give a list of, okay, now if anybody is taking notes, my suggestion is you don't need to take notes. Please listen to me carefully. By end of the session, once I am done, I will share my slides with Ms. Bhavya, and I would request Bhavya to forward it to all the people who have registered.
Of
Okay.
course, sir. We'll do
Because
that.
this is whatever I am sharing is not coming from any textbook. It is coming only from my own personal experiences. So I'd be more than happy to share the content. So participants, please focus on listening to me. No need to take any tips here. Just listen to me and make notes. Or if you have any questions, you can ask towards the end. Okay. Typical questions asked in an interview. I'm going to give maybe about 10 or 12 standard questions we ask in any interview, whether it is a fresher interview or with people with experience. Okay, more so at the entry level, most of the questions are applicable. The first question in any interview, right? Can you give a brief about yourself? Can you tell about yourself? Right? Now, this is a very, very important question. We need to prepare for it properly and in a very, very logical manner. So I'm going to give you some subheadings in terms of how to prepare the content for this question, right? You can start with your family, then you can speak about your education, then you can speak about ranks, if any, at the school level or college or university level. Professional interest, right? An active member of so-and-so professional forum, right? You can speak about your hobbies. And yeah, this is the most important thing. Career aspiration. I would like to start my career as a software engineer or as a chemical engineer or as a design engineer or as a site engineer, electrical engineer, whatever be the field. Okay. Now, the question is, you may be thinking, for such a simple question, please tell about yourself. Do I need to speak about so many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Friends, the concept here is, this question gives you an opportunity to turn the entire interview discussion in your favor. Okay. So if you prepare and present these subheadings very well, don't mug up and say something, right? Now, I mean, even yesterday, day before yesterday, I was interviewing some candidates. So somewhere I think we feel that once this question is asked, right, people go like a rocket. They will go, right? About some 30 seconds, they try to cover so many things. My hobbies include this: painting, dancing, tuck, tuck. The point is, it should not appear like a mugged up thing. It should actually come from your heart. So you prepare the content, then you keep practicing so that the delivery becomes very, very natural. Okay. So you explain about your family, you speak about your parents, what does your father do, what does your mother do, your brothers, sisters. If somebody is studying or if somebody is working, you speak about that. And you speak about your education, where all you have studied so far. And any ranks you have, you had your first rank in school in 10th or 12th, whatever. Professional interest, right? You can say that I'm an active member of so-and-so forum, and this is what I do, right? Member of forum doesn't mean that I pay 500 rupees and get one certificate. That certificate is not going to help you. What is going to help is how I am making use of that forum. Am I attending meetings regularly? Am I learning something? Those are the things you need to speak. My hobbies, right? Hobbies should give an impression that it is actually a stress buster. Hobbies should not be like memorized and you are just going in some 10 seconds, you are talking about some 15 hobbies. No, that's not the plan. Career aspiration. It's very important to touch upon what you would like to become. Okay. Now, trust me, if you have prepared proper content for these 6 subheadings, you can give your answer in about 1 to 2 minutes. It is not going to take much time, but it will give a good impression to the interview panel members that you have come fully prepared for attending this interview, right? Especially the last point. Last point here is career aspiration, because if you say that I would like to become a software engineer, right? So one of the interview panel members may start the next question based on that particular point, right? Fine. So I hope this is clear. Give a brief about yourself. You need to write your script, practice it. Initially, keep remembering, keep reading. Then it should become your natural thing. You should be able to speak freely in a very relaxed way, not with any tension. Okay, let's go to the next one. What is your favorite subject, right? Now, many students feel that I should mention a subject where I scored maybe centum, 100 out of 100, or the highest marks in my third semester or fourth semester or till date. Favorite subject from the interviewer's point of view is a subject where you are completely thorough in terms of your knowledge. You know about what is happening in the industry in that field. How many companies are using that principle, using that technique, right? To that extent, you are thorough about that subject. So favorite doesn't mean that I like this particular electrical engineering, basics of electrical engineering written by B.L. Taraja. I know everything page by page. That is not what we are expecting in the interview, right? In the interview, we are expecting you to say a subject actually which you are thorough with. So don't get confused with a subject where you scored the highest marks, right? Because moment you say one subject, there is a good possibility
Yes, guys, let us give a moment. Maybe there is some network glitch there. Just give us 2 minutes. Meanwhile, he connect back, guys. Thank you for your patience. Before Jesse sir connects back, I will just introduce what HIW is, guys. HIW, yeah, he's come back. So can you hear us?
yes. Sorry, I think there was some internet
Network
issue.
glitch. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So,
So
could you please
yeah,
share your
can I-
screen?
yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yeah. You can continue, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So, as I have said, please identify a subject where you are very, very strong practically. Don't go by the marks you have scored in that subject. Okay. Fine. Let me go to the next question. Can you explain about your summer internships or implant training programs? Now, I just highlight two important things what we would like to hear. Okay. What we are interested in hearing is what you have learned in that internship and what is your contribution, if any. So don't start in a defensive manner by saying, by the way, the internship was only for 2 weeks. First day I went to the office, went to the company. Then they gave a report. They told you sit and study. After 2 weeks, you write a report and submit, right? Don't don't project your internship as if you are directly surrendering to the panel that you did nothing, right? The key thing is all these opportunities are given to us during our courses so that we try to learn something about what is happening in the industry. That is the purpose. So don't do it as a tick mark. What is tick mark? Okay, internship, if I complete, I'll get 10 marks or 15 marks, or I'll get some internal marks in this subject. I think our approach has to be, here is an opportunity for me to learn something in a company about what I have studied so far. Go with that intention, then your intention will be meaningful. So what we would expect to hear is why you chose that topic, why you chose that company, why you chose the location, what was the duration and the actual scope, what did you learn, and your actual contribution. Okay. A similar question about the final year project. Now here again, we are more interested in knowing what you did as an individual, right? In engineering college, the project work is done by maybe 4 or 5 people as a group, right? So, as we all know, 1 or 2 people in each of the teams are actually doing the core technical work. Third person is focused on printing the report. Fourth person is focused on, if it is a hardware related, making one box, right? All of us know this is how the work responsibility is split among the team members. Now, the point is, the interview panel would like to know what are the responsibilities of the team members. What did you do as an individual? You cannot say, I was just making one box for the whole year, or I was focused on printing the report, right? You need to have some technical contribution as well. So please explain your project from that perspective. Secondly, we would like to know what was the outcome of the project. Was the project successful? If you have done the project in a company, did you try for a job in the same company? The reason is, if you did your project very well, trust me, 99% of the times the company will give you an offer, right? So I hope you get some idea about the intention behind asking these questions and what we would like to hear from you as a candidate appearing for the interview. Okay. How about your plans for higher studies, right? You need to have clarity. Don't give some vague answers saying that I am in my 7th semester. Once I finish the course, I will think and decide, right? That's not the right answer, right? If you have made up your mind for higher studies, you should have clarity. Am I going for an ME or MTech, or am I going for an MBA program, right? Am I planning to study in India, or should I look for something abroad? Don't keep it vague, and if you should speak with genuine conviction. Don't say something for the sake of saying, because you will be caught. Okay. Or if you are planning to work for 5 to 10 years to gain some industry experience and then pursue higher studies, just articulate in the same way. I would like to work, get some experience, and then study further. If you are only interested in a job or planning to start a company, please say so. I've just given some 2-3 scenarios. What we are expecting for every question is clarity of thought. Okay. Don't confuse yourself and don't confuse the interview panel member also. What kind of a job are you looking for? Speak about your career aspiration, right? I already talked about this in the first question. Now you try and link it here by talking in detail. What preparation have you done in this area? If you have done any additional certification in that field, please explain. There are a few people raising hands, so I hope I am audible and you are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible.
Sure. Okay. So I would request you, if you have any questions, kindly make a note. If you keep raising your hands, it will affect my flow. Okay. So if there is anything, you can reach out to Ms. Bhavya, then she can bring it to my notice. Thank you. Okay. So the key thing is, please ensure that you do a thorough preparation for all these things in a systematic way so that you are able to answer it correctly. What are some of your strengths, right? Now, what we are interested in knowing is, you need to explain with proof. Okay, I'll give an example. If I say that I am good in calibration of process instruments, okay, this is for, let's say, instrumentation or electrical engineering students, right? I am good in calibration of process instruments. Now, how do I prove that I am really good? During my 3rd year of engineering, I won the first prize in an all India competition held in IIT Mumbai, where electrical engineering students across IITs and NITs participated. Just as an example, okay? We would like to hear this. Whatever you say as your strength, please support it with a strong evidence, right? That will make it very, very strong. Any other example you can think of, okay? Now, other than technical areas, strengths could be, I have good leadership skills, right? How do we know as interviewers? You need to support with evidence. I am the secretary of our department in my college. We organized an all India seminar last year where students from so many institutes participated, right? This will give some evidence that, okay, you have had the experience to manage a large scale event in your college. Next is, I am a good team player. How do we know? we won the championship in the university cricket tournament held last year, right? So basically the point is, if we are asking about your strengths, please explain with proof, right? You need to support with the proper evidence. Sometimes we ask this question, many students say, I am a hardworking person. Now, it's a very nice statement. Can you substantiate? Can you give an evidence? Can you give a proof? Right? So please think about it. We are not interested in hearing one nice statement. We would like to know proper evidence for that particular statement, right? That will make it more stronger. Okay. Similarly, what are some of your weaknesses or areas of improvements, right? Here, for strengths, we are interested in knowing, we want to hear the proof, right? Here, what we are looking for is, okay, you say that you are weak in this particular subject or particular area. Now, what are you doing to address the weakness, right? That's what we are interested in knowing. Always explain with what you are doing to overcome the weakness, okay? Professional, I am giving an example. I am a bit weak in this particular subject, okay? Right? Maybe somebody is not very strong in control engineering, or let's say programming in a particular language. Any particular subject you are finding it difficult. Now, what are you doing to improve that? To improve in this subject, I have recently enrolled for a 3 months weekend course. At least there is some evidence that you are putting the right efforts to overcome that weakness. That is what we are interested to hear. Okay, other than professional areas, example could be, I am a bit impatient. I want to achieve everything instantly, right? Now, what am I doing now to address this issue? To improve on this, I have started attending a meditation session, let's say 30-minute session per day. This is already helping me to improve my patience, or any other example. Now, please remember, sometimes students think they have a long list for strengths. They say, I'm good in this, I'm good in that. Moment you ask about area of improvement, some people happily say, I don't have any weakness, sir. Okay, which is not correct. All of us, right? All human beings will have certain number of strengths, certain areas we need to improve, right? So don't think that if you reveal one or two weaknesses or areas of improvements, you will be rejected in the job. No, that is not the idea. Idea is to understand, do you have some awareness about yourself? Do you have some idea about your strengths and your areas where you need to improve, so that you will focus on those areas to also bring it up to the required level? Okay. So I hope it is clear so far. I think due to lack of time, I may be going a little bit faster now, because I don't think I'll be able to cover it otherwise. Okay. What's your long-term goal? Okay. Long-term goal, I would like to become the global CTO, CEO, CFO, CMO, CHRO, COO of a large multinational company, right? Chief Technology Officer or Chief Executive Officer, etc., etc. That is one long-term goal. Another is, I would like to start my own company and create employment opportunity for the youth of rural India and transform their lives. These are all, I'm just giving you some different ideas in terms of, maybe you have your own different plans, which is fine. But you need to have some concrete things to say, right? Don't say like, I just don't want to join a company and get a job because I need some money. That is your immediate goal, right? But you need to start to think what I should become 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It may change, right? Once you join a company, trust me, based on the job, based on the experience, it will keep changing. But at least you should have some plan, some kind of a 5 to 10 years visibility of what you are going to do. That will help you to channelize your career accordingly. What are your key achievements, right? Highlight a few concrete achievements during your school or college days. It can be in any field. It can be related to academics, sports and games, music, dance, NCC, social service, whatever areas you feel is appropriate. What's your expected salary? Okay, this is a very, very important question. Now, this is where a lot of freshers don't get the job. Okay, it's an important, but it's a very tricky question, right? Why it is tricky? Some people say, I'm expecting 5 lakhs per annum or 8 lakhs per annum, 10 lakhs per annum. What is the logic? Logic is my friend who's studying in another engineering college in the same city got a campus recruitment offer for this salary. Okay. Now, do you think this logic holds good for this particular company which is currently interviewing you? Answer is no. So, my simple request is don't compare with anybody else. Don't compare with another company. Also, this question is just asked to understand what is in your mind. That's all. A company is not going to pay what you are going to ask. A company will pay as per the company structure. Company will have certain number of employees. They are into business. They have got certain revenue, certain profit. They need to plan for the expansion. They want to expand maybe globally. So they have a certain budget for allocated for salaries across all levels. There is a standard salary which is paid by almost every company at the entry level, at the fresher level. That is what they are going to pay. You may say, I want 30,000 rupees starting take home salary. Okay, they may not pay that. They're just asking you a question. So now you may be wondering, so what should I answer? I'm giving you the answer. This is the answer I would like to hear, right? Or rather, most of the interviewers would like to hear this answer. I am a fresher. I would like to learn and grow. I am fine with the salary as per the company structure, right? Now, company may offer you 3 lakhs per annum, 4 lakhs per annum, 5 lakhs per annum, 6 lakhs per annum. Whether you are accepting and joining, that is your problem, right? That is left to you. If you are interested, you join. But just because you are saying, you are giving an answer for this question, if the company's budget is, let's say, 4 lakhs per annum, when they are asking you this question, you are thinking about your friend, right, who got an offer for 5. If you say, I'm expecting 5 lakhs per annum, right, there are chances that you may not get this job. I hope you understand the importance of the right answer for this question, right? This is just to trigger a thought in your mind, and the interviewer would like to know how you are going to respond. Even though you want more salary, right? By asking for a certain amount, company is not going to pay. You may be thinking, I have completed 5 rounds of interview, 6 rounds of interview. So there is a possibility I'm going to get a higher salary. No way. Companies, please remember, industry, companies will pay as per their structure only, right? Whatever is the planned structure, that's what they're going to pay. Then you may be wondering, why are they asking this question? If it is as simple as that, why are they asking this question? Is it to confuse me as a student? No. It is to understand what is in your mind. That's all. So please don't lose a good opportunity by telling a number. You are tempted to tell a number, but don't say a number, right? The best answer is, I'm a fresher. I am willing to go as per your company structure. If you need that job, you say like this. If you don't want this job, you can still say, I am expecting 10 lakhs per annum. They will say, thank you so much, right? So I hope it is clear. I'm taking more time to explain this point. Okay, am I still audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Sure. It's 10:55. I'll try to complete in the next 10-15 minutes. I'll try my best. So I may go a bit faster now. I hope you can follow with me. So kindly don't take any notes. Just listen to me carefully. That's all is required. Now, what to look for in a job? Okay. Focus on the following attributes in any organization, right? Is it a great place to learn and grow? If I join this company, will I get an opportunity to learn and grow, right? What's the duration of training program for fresh engineers or fresh graduates, whatever be your course? What's the duration of training? Do they have a training program? If they have, is it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? What is the training content? During the training period, what is it they are going to training? What is it they are going to train me in? For example, Infosys has got a training center in Mysore, right? Their training, schedule may go up to 1 year for the first year, right? Maybe now it has changed in the last couple of years due to the pandemic. Earlier, all over the country, they do campus recruitment. They give on joining date. Everybody will go to Mysore training center and they get trained on so many things, right? So it is important to know what is that they are going to train me on. If I know it in advance, As a student, I can start preparing myself so that I can do well during the training period itself. Do they have a well-defined career path for the employees? If I join a company after 6 months, after 1 year, after 2 years, is there a proper career path? Do I know after 1 year if I do well, where I can land, what kind of position I can be in? Do they encourage employees to move from one function to another? Maybe from HR to sales, sales to let's say production to design. There are large multinational companies which allow this kind of movement. Every 2 years, every 3 years, you can actually move from one function to another so that you get an overall exposure. In future, they may groom you to become the CEO of one of their units, right? Do they have a good working culture? Do people enjoy working in this company? Do they provide good work-life balance? This is very important. Okay. You may be thinking, okay, my friend got about 10 lakhs CTC in the campus or 15 lakhs in the campus, right? That's the highest salary in the campus. Lucky fellow. Now, when he joins the company, he may or may not tell you, probably he is asked to work for 24/7, 7 days a week. Please remember, nobody gives free money in this world. Okay. So it is very, I'm not saying that all companies which are paying high expect you to work for 7 days a week, but nobody gives free money. Higher the salary, there is obviously higher expectation from the individual as well. Okay. So it is good to understand how many days of working in a week, how many hours of working. Do they ask me to work continuously Saturday, Sunday, non-stop? What kind of situation I will be in, right? It is good to know in advance. Do they provide regular feedback to the employees, right? Do they give feedback, or suddenly one fine day I'm told that I'm not doing well, I need to leave or I need to look for another job? It is very important for a company to give regular feedback to the employees. Do they have an inclusive culture? What do you mean by inclusive culture? Do they recruit people, let's say in an Indian context, do they recruit people from all over the country? Do they have people from north, east, south, west, all different states of India? Or do they recruit only from one particular state, that too only from one particular city or only from one particular village, right? If you find such companies, please don't join. The reason is, if you want to learn and grow in a corporate environment, in the beginning of your career, if you start working in a company where you have people from all different parts of the country, this will help you to make your thought process much broader. You are able to understand the views from different people. This will make you a better professional. You will become a better human being. Do they have a performance oriented culture? What does it mean? As an employee, if I go and join, if I perform extremely well, will the company take care of my career? Simple question, right? There are many companies which are highly performance oriented. You perform, you grow. You don't need any godfathers in the company. What do you mean by godfather? You need some recommendation, right? Even though you are performing well, somebody has to recommend. I think those companies you should, if you are in that kind of an organization, or if you hear about an organization like this, please don't join. It is better to join a company where I focus on my good work. Based on that, I will get my salary increment or I'll get my promotion. What is the average tenure of an employee in the organization? How many months, how many years people are working in this company? That will tell you whether it is a good company to join or not. Do the employees feel proud to work in the organization? Do they really feel happy to work? Do they encourage employees to study further? Do they sponsor the employees for higher studies? Do they provide leave for this purpose, right? These are all things I think we need to start to collect data. Do they take good care of their employees? Okay, this is a very interesting question. Now, the last 2 years, if you look at how industry has taken care of people, right? This question will give you the right answer whether to join this company or not, right? When everything is going good, companies were giving salaries, incentives, bonuses and holiday package and all that. Last 2 years, many such companies which made huge amount of profits in the last so many years, having huge amount of money in their bank account, have started behaving like, okay, you need to now work very hard because you are working from home. So we cannot promote you. We cannot give you increment. your salary will be reduced now because last 3 months we are not able to make good revenue. Last 3 months only you didn't make revenue, right? Or last 6 months. How about the revenue you made in the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? Can you not take care of your employees for this current situation? Is it that difficult? I think this will give you a good indication of if anybody, any known person, friend, relative, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, anyone working in a company tells you last 1 year I have lost my job, or they reduced my salary, right? Or they are asking me to work for 1 day extra in a week, no holidays, everything is, all benefits are removed. If you hear these things, as much as possible, please don't join those companies. As simple as that. Okay. Do they treat people with respect, or do they shout? Right? There are some companies where people only shout, right? The bosses think that they should shout. If they shout, they get respect. Actually, nobody respects you because you are a senior person in the organization. When you are shouting, people are thinking, okay, poor fellow, doesn't know how to control his emotions. He is misbehaving in the organization, or he is not able to control his emotions. Nobody is respecting, right? So these are all indications of whether it is a good company or not. In great places to work or any other industry surveys, how does this company perform? If you go and type in Google, great places to work, right? You will get on, let's say on ranking, number 1 in this sector, last 5 years, last 10 years, company 1, ranking number 2, ranking number 3, top 50 companies in this sector, right? Do all these studies, then you try and figure out, I think I should join one of these companies. Do existing employees speak good about the organization, right? The most importantly, do ex-employees speak good about the organization? Somebody who has left this company and gone, are they speaking good about this company? If they are able to speak good about this company, which means the company is really good. Now, interestingly, if you have noticed here, I did not mention a single word about salary. Does it mean that salary is not important? Salary is important. But I think all the other factors, what I have talked about earlier, are more important than salary. Because there is no point in working in a company where I get a good salary, but I don't have peace of mind. Right? I am always under pressure. I am always under tension. Right? People are not able to understand what I am doing. There is a lot of miscommunication. There is a lot of politics. Right? I think it's better to work in a good organization, even if the salary is relatively less. That will give you peace of mind, and you will live longer also. You will live healthy. Okay, so let me move on to the next topic. I hope it was useful. Now, how do I negotiate the salary? I already talked about it earlier. The most appropriate as well as the safest answer in any interview is, please offer as per your company structure. Now, I'm going to give you one more secret now. This is not only applicable at the entry level, this is applicable across your entire career. You may be thinking, okay, here is a CEO who goes for an interview. That person is already getting, let's say, about 2 crores per annum salary. He goes for an interview, and last 2 questions are, the last but one question is, what is your current salary? Right? Current salary, the person CEO says, I'm getting 2 crores per annum plus some stock options, etc., etc. Now, the next question is, what is your expected salary? Right? Trust me, even the most successful CEO, when he goes for another interview for another job, from 2 crores current salary, if he says, I am expecting 30% increase, I am expecting from 2 crores, I am expecting 2.5 crores, 3 crores, there is a possibility the panel members may think this fellow is already making so much money and he is only bothered about making more money, right? So let's keep him on hold. Let's interview some more candidates and then decide. So the safest answer until we die, right, to answer this question is, please offer as per your company structure. Now let me rephrase this. So does it mean that if I am getting 2 crores, am I not eligible for an increase in salary? Of course you are eligible if they are able to pay. If you say you give me as per your company structure, you are actually allowing them to work out their best compensation structure, and then they will come and discuss with you. You are getting this particular salary, maybe we can give you this percentage increase, or we can give you this salary. 1 year later, based on performance, we can probably look at something else. If that is fine with you, then you can say, I'm fine. Or if you want to modify slightly one component, in a polite way, if you tell, yeah, overall package looks good, but this particular component, HRA, can you do something extra? Or this leave travel allowance, can you do something extra? Then that's an interesting conversation to have. Most likely they'll be willing to listen to your request and do the required things. I hope it is clear now. Don't lose any opportunities in life from now on by giving a wrong answer for this question. Whether you are a fresher or a senior person, never ever tell, I want this number, I want 30%. And some people even say, as per the market standards. Friends, there is nothing called market in India. Okay, I'm sorry to say this, there is nothing called market in India. For the same fresh engineer job, right, a campus recruitment, fresh engineer selection, one company offers 15,000 rupees salary, another offers 25,000, another offers 50,000, another offers 1 lakh salary, or another offers more than 1 lakh salary, right? Same fresher job. The quality of job may go slightly up and down. So please remember, there is nothing called market in India. It's all scattered. Based on my competency, I will be paid. As simple as that. So don't compare with your friend. Don't compare with another company and say, in that company they are paid so much. That is that company. This company can pay only so much. Okay. I hope you get the picture about how to handle this question. Okay. Am I still audible?
Yes, sir.
So Bhavya, now how many more minutes I can continue with my presentation? I have got more to cover. Can I go up to 11:30 and then take questions? Is it okay? I am fine to take questions after 11:30.
Yes, sir. But yeah, sir, we can continue till 11:30 and then we'll take down the questions.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. If somebody is finding it boring, please feel free to exit the session. There is no compulsion. Okay. The idea is only to share my knowledge. So don't sit here forcibly. If you are not comfortable, please feel free to exit. No issues. Okay. How do I track my career? Now, when the person is working in the industry, on an average, one should get promoted. Read it as taking more responsibilities once in 3 to 4 years. Somebody can get promoted much faster also. In general, in a large organization, if you are working, around 3 to 4 years, or let's say about 2 to 3 years. Now, this is the most important thing. You should get promoted. I have written in bracket, read it as taking more responsibilities. I'm talking about private sector jobs. I'm not talking about government job, where probably you are just there for 2 years, 3 years, you have completed. Your turn comes now because you have completed 3 years. Maybe you will get a promotion. In private sector, nobody gets promoted because I have completed 6 more months, 1 more year, 2 more years, doing the same job again and again and again. Friends, the key thing for me to get promoted in my career, in my life is I should be willing to take on larger responsibilities. Whatever I'm doing right now, I should prepare myself to take on a larger responsibility. Then I can go back to my company and tell, look, I am already doing this job very well. You can see my output. You can see my productivity. I have become reasonably an expert in this field. Now I think I should take on a larger responsibility. Is there a possibility I can move on to this role? That is the way you can get into a healthy discussion in a private company, right? Just because you have completed 3 years, 2 years, 11 months, so you start asking everywhere, when am I getting promoted? When am I getting promoted? It doesn't happen like that in private sector. Okay. So promotion means willing to take more responsibilities. Okay. Now, how do I know that I am growing in my career? I would like to share 2 different scenarios. Okay. One is based on the designation or the title. Okay. As a fresher, I join as an engineer or an executive. There are different departments, design, quality, HR, finance, etc., etc. Right? Next set of designations. Okay, I grow to become a tech lead or a team lead. Then probably I can grow to become an assistant manager or a manager. Then senior manager or assistant general manager, associate vice president, director, CEO. Okay, I have just given, now in bracket I have put certain number of years. This is just a thumb rule, okay? Because please remember, this is not a T20 game, right? You start and 20 overs it is over, which means you start your career at the age of, let's say 21, 22, after you finish your engineering or maybe after MBA. You work for 3 years and you say that I'm retiring, right? You cannot retire. In India, you cannot retire just like that. You have to make money. You have to do something, right? Basically, you cannot sit idle. So you need to, have a clear plan in your mind. I need to work for the next 25 to 30 years. You may probably make more money in 5 years, 10 years period as well. But the fact is, there is a proper time left. There is a proper working life left in you. So next 25 to 30 years, you need to plan. Okay. So if you look back at any stage of your career and you are growing in terms of designations in this pattern or in any other pattern, you can tell yourself, you can pat your back and say, look, I'm growing in my career. You don't need to ask anybody, am I growing? You don't need to go and ask your friend or your relative or anybody working in another company, can you please tell me if I am growing or not? No, you don't need to ask. You can find it by yourself. 5 years later, you look back and see what was my designation when I joined. What is my designation now? Have I moved into at least 1 or 2 new designations? This is a simple way to identify whether you are growing in career or not. Okay. Now, another way to identify whether I am growing in my career or not is by looking at my responsibilities. First, when I join a company as a fresher, whatever be my salary, right? Whether I start with 10,000 rupees salary or 30,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, doesn't matter. First, entry level, I will be an individual contributor. What is an individual contributor? I'll be asked to do certain things. I will do the job because I don't know that job. Somebody is going to train me. Somebody is going to mentor me, coach me. I will learn and I will do the job. Over a period of time, I'll become an expert in that area. Then I will start to lead a team, right? Maybe 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. So I am leading a team. This is to track how am I growing in my career based on responsibilities. Next is I will start to lead multiple teams, not just one team. Now I am capable of leading maybe 2, 3 teams, right? Okay, maybe I'm continuing to grow in the same organization. I am managing a center in India. I have reached a stage where I am able to manage the entire center, maybe center head for Bangalore, center head for Chennai or Hyderabad or Delhi, like that. Okay. Next is managing multiple centers in India. I have grown to the stage of, let's say, India head. Okay. Managing India plus maybe one more country or a few more countries, like a cluster head. Managing entire Asia Pacific region. Okay. APAC head. Then probably managing the entire global business, global head. Okay. So I hope it is clear. I've just given you 2 ways of tracking your career. There can be several other ways. 2 simple ways I have given you. One is to track based on designations. Second is to track based on responsibilities. But always remember, promotion means not somebody is promoting me. Please remember from today onwards, promotion means I am willing to take more responsibilities, right? Only then I am eligible for promotion. Okay. Am I still audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there are 440 people there in the session right now. Okay, next 5 minutes, I'm going to share some very interesting thing. Whether you have followed me so far or not, whether you have listened to me carefully so far or not, doesn't matter. If you can listen to me for another 5 minutes very, very carefully, trust me, I can guarantee you, your life is going to change. Okay, because I'm going to share a few examples from my career, how it has transformed my life. I'm going to share a few things. Okay, no rocket science, nothing, simple things. Please listen to me for the next 5 minutes. I know it is, we started at 10, it's already 11:15. Some of you may become restless. Just hold on for another 5 minutes. Okay, now this terminology, Kolaveri, I'm going to introduce this terminology now. This is not from the song of Tamil film actor by name Dhanush, right? This has got nothing to do with that. What I'm going to share is something different. Okay. In Tamil language, very means desire. Okay. Very means desire. Now, my interpretation of Kolaveri means the real fire and passion. Okay. I hope it is clear. Very means just a desire. Kolaveri means the real fire and passion. Okay. So the question is, how do I identify my Kolaveri? How do I identify my fire and passion as an individual? I'll share my example now. Okay. Way back in 91, 92, I worked in an engineering college by name Karunya Institute of Technology in Coimbatore. as a lecturer cum placement officer. Now it is called Karunya Deemed University in Coimbatore. Okay, I was teaching a few subjects, plus I was also handling the placement department. Now, after the class hours, I used to spend time with third year and fourth year engineering students, sharing my experiences in searching for a job, how to prepare for interviews, what to study, how to study, etc. Okay, I had some 2-3 years experience after my engineering, BE Instrumentation and Control from Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. I worked for a few years in different jobs. Then I am going into this institution. So I used to spend time talking about those experiences. Okay, as a placement officer, I started doing some very unique things, right? Not only the regular placement officer's task of arranging for pre-placement talk, all those internship, training, final jobs. That was a regular job which I did. Plus, I arranged weekend jobs for poor and deserving students in Coimbatore city, and there is an industrial area by name Sipcot. Okay, I started identifying people who come from poor background, who are very good in studies, right? Who find it even difficult to pay their mess bill every month. So every weekend I used to take them to some of the small companies, or let's say there is a mechanical lathe, right? Single person, single owner lathe. So I will request that person, can you give a job to this person? He is a third year mechanical engineering student. He is willing to work for all weekends, right? Saturday, Sunday into 4 weeks. So like that, I try to place a lot of students in all kinds of jobs. Some are directly relevant to their field, some are not directly relevant, but they were willing to pay. Those days, 91 means 2001, it's almost 30 years back. Those days, right, these jobs, they were willing to pay 50 rupees per day. Okay, so these small one-man shows, small companies were willing to pay 50 rupees. So 50 into 200 rupees over a weekend, 100 into 4, 400 rupees per month, right? In 91-92 period, this 400 rupees was sufficient for the student to pay the mess bill, right? So people felt it's a great opportunity. Monday to Friday, they study in the campus. Saturday, Sunday, they travel to the city, work in these jobs and come back. Now, what was happening in me? I was in my comfort zone while I was doing all this, right? It's a very, very inspiring, very nice thing for me to do. Every weekend, I'll go with a set of students by traveling in the local transport bus, right? Not the college bus, because it is not a college sponsored initiative. Out of my own personal interest, I was doing this. So we used to take one normal, local government transport bus, travel. I will put them there and I will come back, because every time I go with new students also, those earlier students will continue to work there. Okay. I had a tremendous level of satisfaction while doing this. It was easy and natural for me. I was enjoying what I was doing. So I would like you to please listen, please read these statements which are marked in green color, right? These are some symptoms for me to identify that I am operating in my Kollaveri zone, right? How do I identify my Kollaveri? You need to figure out. I'm just sharing my example. Sometimes you do something and you are fully involved, right? Your heart and soul, you are fully involved. You are so happy. You are so delighted. Maybe you make zero money out of it, but you are so happy, right? Because that's what you are really enjoying. It is natural for me. No pressure for you. No tension for you. Okay, this is one way to identify Kollaveri, right? Okay, is there, you can start loving your job and that can also become your Kollaveri, right? Let's say forget about all your prior experience like what I am sharing. You just join a company, you start liking the job, you are enjoying it, then you can start to, become more passionate about that, and it can also become your fire and passion. Is there any other way to identify your Kollaveri? Yes, you can convert your hobby as your job and make it as your Kollaveri, fire and passion. Then you don't need to work for the rest of your life. Best example is A.R. Rahman, right? I hope all of us are aware of A.R. Rahman. You will never hear A.R. Rahman making a motivational speech for 1 hour in any platform. Why? Because that is not his Kollaveri. His Kollaveri is to compose music, right? He gets up in the morning and he is thinking, what new music can I do today? What new music can I compose today? So that is his calling in life. That is his purpose in life. So friends, it is very important for each one of us to identify our respective Kolaveri, that area, right? Okay, now I'm going to give you some examples. How does Kolaveri help you, right? You need to know why I should identify my Kolaveri, why I should identify my fire and passion, right? I'll just give you a few quick examples. After this Karunya Institute episode, where I identified my Kolaveri, then I went to Manipal Institute of Technology, MIT in Manipal, to pursue my MTech Engineering Management program, where I specialized in HR. When I went for the interview, right, the interview panel is to figure out whether I am a candidate who can be given admission for the MTech course or not. After a few discussions, few conversations, I got a feel that they've selected me. They also told me that, Jesse, we have selected you for the job. I'm very happy. I did not stop there. I immediately asked them, sir, I have a prior experience like this in my previous institution where I worked. I was a lecturer cum placement officer. Can I do some part-time work in your placement department? Right? The panel had about 3-4 members. So they looked at each other. They said, okay, fine. We will appoint you as the part-time placement coordinator representing the PG students. Okay. Now here comes the interesting thing. I did not stop there. I asked them, may I request you for any stipend for this work? I mean, they were never prepared for this kind of questions. Okay. So they again discussed quickly and they say, they wrote on my paper, okay, stipend of rupees 1,000 per month sanctioned. Okay, friends, trust me, way back almost, close to 27, 28 years back, or after it was 93, 94 time frame when I did my MTech program. During that period, 1,000 rupees per month was more than sufficient for me to take care of my accommodation in YMCA hostel in Udupi where I stayed. My local transport, Udupi to Manipal, is about 5-6 kilometers, and my food expenses. The entire expenses of my PG program was self-sponsored. Thanks to this one small thing which I asked in the interview, one led to another one. They appointed me as a placement coordinator. They also sanctioned 1,000 rupees for the entire program. I did not have to ask a single rupee from my parents for my PG course. Now, just for your information, I did my schooling in a thatched roof school. Okay, thatched roof school up to my 5th standard, right? I studied in Tamil medium. I studied in vernacular medium. Okay, I never spoke English during that period. Anytime when there is heavy rain, the headmistress will ring the bell, which means we can go home because water will straight pour on our head. Why I'm saying this is I come from a very, very ordinary middle class background. From that background, if I am going to a place like MIT Manipal for my MTech admission, and if I am able to ask these questions, you need to start to think from where I got this guts to even ask this, right? Friends, it came simply because I identified my Kolaveri just before this particular PG admission program happened in my previous job. Because I'm very clear in my mind, I have got nothing to lose in life, right? This is my hobby and passion, to help students to get a job at that point of time. So I want to utilize that opportunity, utilize that learning in my next opportunity, though I went as a full-time student there. Okay. So let me give you a few more examples. My Kolaveri, later when I got into the corporate world, it became recruitment. Okay. Later it got expanded into overall HR. So I had a manager by name Mr. Mahalingam. While I was working in Philips, I worked in Philips for 5.5 years. He used to tell in our official meetings, for Jesse, recruitment is his first wife. Okay. What it means is I was so much addicted to recruitment, right? Addicted means you are so addicted. You talk about liquor addiction or drug addiction, you can think in the same way, right? I was so passionate about recruitment. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of this? You will handle very, very difficult assignments when you are having your hobby and passion, driving you. Those days, recruiting software architects for Philips was a nightmare because you need to head in from companies like Motorola, Texas Instruments, IBM, etc. They are much more powerful brands when compared to Philips. I used to enjoy this because I used to think this is an opportunity for me to prove to my company that why I am still required in the company. Because I operate in my Kolaveri zone, it becomes easy for me. It is not difficult for me. For somebody else, it may be a pressure, right? Secondly, You will put all your efforts to be the best in your field, right? Eventually, I worked for 5.5 years in Philips. 2.5 years I was in Bangalore as head of recruitment. Later, the second part, 3 years I worked as the Asia Pacific head for recruitment for the entire Philips Hong Kong. Philips Electronics based in Asia Pacific region. I was based in Hong Kong for 3 years. The first Indian to do so in the history of Philips, which is more than 100 years old. Friends, I am saying all this not to boast about what I have done. This is to really motivate you, right? Forget about your background, where you come from, it doesn't matter. What is required is, I would really urge every one of you to start to identify your collaborator immediately at the earliest. Then your life will be different. You will do impossible things. One more example, okay? When my assignment in Philips in Hong Kong came to an end, Philips wanted me to move back to Bangalore for the old job. I said, look, I have come all the way here. I'll try for some other opportunity. So I had sent my resume to Bill Gates, Microsoft, Michael Dell in Dell, Jeff Immelt in GE, while working in Philips in Hong Kong during 2004-2005. Believe it or not, I took the email IDs of these people from my friends working in these companies. I wrote to them directly saying that this is what I can offer you for your companies, right? In 3 days of sending my resume to Michael Dell, okay, in 3 days, just in 3 days, I sent my profile on a Friday. The following Monday, I was conducting a training program for my team in Philips in Shanghai office in China. I am getting a call from a lady from Dell Singapore saying that, Mr. Jesse, I am so and so, I am the head of HR for the entire Asia Pacific region for Dell. You have sent your profile to our chairman, Mr. Michael Dell, on this date, right? As per our process, any profile shortlisted from the chairman's office, we are supposed to interview that candidate in 3 working days. So is it a good time to talk to you? The conversation went for about 45 minutes. Of course, towards the end of the conversation, she told that the structure what you have in Philips is different from what we have in Dell. We don't have a similar structure. Whenever there is an opportunity, we'll definitely come back to you. Please remember, friends, this happened more than 15 years back. How many of us have the guts even today to send our resumes to Azim Premji directly or Ratan Tata directly? Can we do that? Are we afraid of doing it? Right? We are thinking that if I have to apply for a job, I should go and register myself in Naukri and pray to God. God, somehow get me a call. Right? Okay, I'm not saying that that is not the right approach, but I think we need to think out of the box. Trust me, whatever I have written here, whatever bullet points I have written here, every single thing I was able to do fearlessly without worrying about anything, because I identified my collaborator at the right stage of my career. Okay. Now, imagine if I had identified 5 years before, 10 years before, I would have probably done much more than what I have done in my life so far. So I am encouraging each one of you to don't waste your time. Please identify your collaborator immediately. Okay. If you are unable to identify right now, don't worry. Just join a company in any one of these functions, one of these areas, and just fall in love with your job, right? Your life will be transformed, right? Don't keep shifting jobs just for salary. Shift your job if you don't get the right learning in your company. Okay, that should be the deciding factor. I'll just take another 2 minutes to wrap it up. I'm really sorry for taking a long time. Okay, how to be, okay, am I still audible?
Yes, sir.
This is my last subheading. I'll only take 2 minutes. Otherwise, Bobby will actually kick me out of the session. Okay. How to be successful in life. Okay. Try to learn your subjects practically. Develop skills. Don't add degrees. Right. A lot of students will keep asking, sir, can I do one certificate course in SAP? Can I do one? The question is, for what? No, sir, my friend did this and he got a. Okay. So what? Have you identified your core area? Have you identified where you would like to be successful? Which area you want to focus? Don't randomly keep doing some 3 months course, 6 months course. There are a lot of people who are misusing this opportunity and probably conducting one. There are so many courses available in the country. You need to keep asking the question, what is that I'm going to be known for? Which field I'm going to choose? Then then pick and choose your courses carefully, which will help you to achieve that goal. Okay. Don't waste time. Study very well. Okay, now I'm going to connect with my first slide. If you remember, this is my background. 10th standard, second rank in school, 12th standard, first rank in school, admission in a government engineering college, MTech, first rank in university in all semesters, PhD program, first rank in the batch in all 3 semesters of coursework. Okay, I am not trying to boast here. I'm just trying to encourage you. I'm extremely proud of my academic achievements. I'm sure some of you will have much better track record than me. Please feel happy. Okay, as a student, don't waste your time. Please sit and study. Don't waste your time on mobile. Don't waste your time on YouTube. Don't waste your time on social media. The time you lose right now, friends, you will never get back in life. I'm telling you, please don't waste your time. And you need to be really proud of your academic achievements. Improve your communication skills and leadership skills. Actively involved in the forum. Be in touch with industry professionals and get mentored by a few. Carry out small industry projects. Look for part-time jobs. Okay, never go after money. Instead, go after large responsibilities. Then money will come after you. Celebrate every small success in your journey. Don't fudge your bills. When you start working in a company, if you have not traveled by auto or by taxi, don't produce a taxi bill and somehow try to claim 300 rupees. That amount will never stay with you. Don't create don't create false bills and thinking that nobody is there to check, right? I don't travel, but I give this, right? I'll not spend this money, but I'll get on medical bill and submit. Don't do that. It's very important to be straightforward in life. Be happy with what you already have. Don't compare with others. Instead, you compare only with you, right? You look back and see how you have grown. Are you still learning? Are you still growing? Speak the truth always. There is nothing impossible in this world to achieve, provided if you execute the plan properly. Don't borrow from others. Don't use a credit card. Instead, use a debit card. Learn to live with what you have. My last slide, be a good team player. Always be open to share your knowledge with your friends. More you share, you will become stronger in that subject. Okay. This is a very important thing which I am going to share. Some of you may like it, may not like it, doesn't matter to me. Don't smoke, don't drink. Use that money to support a few people in an orphanage or an old age home. Friends, to support a child in an orphanage or to support an elderly person in an old age home, you know how much it costs today in a very, very professionally managed NGO? Hardly 750 rupees per month. Okay. I am aware of so many of my friends who spend several thousands in smoking and several thousands in drinking per month. If you are spending about 4,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees put together, right, for these habits, trust me, how many people you can sponsor in a month? You can actually transform the lives of so many people. I think it's very important for us to think in different ways. Take care of your parents. Don't send them to an old age home. If you do it right now, even your children will send you there. Please be ready for it. Respect your teachers. Never forget your roots. Remember your institutions. Be an ambassador of your school or college in future. Wherever you have studied, doesn't matter. It's a thatched roof school or it's a big school, very well-known international school. But be grateful for the school and your college. Help those who are in need. Example, help freshers to get entry-level jobs. Be grounded. Okay. Visit an orphanage or old age home over the weekend. That will help you to understand how blessed we are. Be a good human being. Do good to others. Help others who are in need. Okay. Finally, when we leave this world one day, at least a few people should miss us. Do we exactly know who will miss us if we die today? Let's lead a purposeful life. I hope you found this session useful. Kindly share your feedback on my mobile or WhatsApp. My number is 97318 You can connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook. I am happy to be a mentor for you if you are interested. I hope the session was useful. I would like to thank Mr. Harinath and Mr. Madan for giving me this excellent opportunity to share my thoughts. Special thanks to Ms. Bhavya for her excellent coordination. I am really sorry for exceeding the time, but I thought it is important to share more than just to clear the interviews effortlessly. So let me stop here. I am available to take questions now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time and your experience that has been helping us to encourage and create that awareness to many students. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Jesse. Thank you very much. It's an excellent session. Really, it is very useful. Definitely, it is useful to all the participants, including me. Okay.
Thank you.
Then,
Thank you, sir.
yeah. To add, just I want to add one point from my personal experience. You were talking about English. What you said is exactly right. Actually, did my BCom till intermediate, I was a Telugu medium student. BCom English medium, but namesake English medium. With this background, I went to Symbiosis in 82 to do my masters. You know Symbiosis. A lot of from people from very good colleges came to that institute. Then I was not able to speak in English properly. Then I was sitting in a car. I used to sit in a corner. One day, one professor observed and said, "Why are you not talking to them?" I said, "Sir, this is my background. My English is not good." What happens? You start talking, nah? Then he said, then I said, "Sir, if I speak, they may laugh." He said, "Don't worry. If they laugh, their teeth will come out. Nothing will happen to you. You start talking." Like that, I started talking. Today, of course, today also my English is not that good, but still, I'm able to manage. I'm able to talk to my overseas counterparts. So that's why what you said is exactly right, sir. We should start talking. Participants, please start talking. Don't feel that somebody laughs, somebody will weep and all those things. Let us start talking. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Jesse. Bhavya, take over.
Mr. Madan, I think you're on
Madan
mute.
sir, you're on mute, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jesse, for your wonderful session, and really I enjoyed a lot. I think we can start questionnaire.
Yeah. Bhavya, have they texted any questions?
Yes, sir, looking into it. Actually, there were many questions during the session, but right now everybody's thanking for the session, actually.
I'll ask one question to Dr. Jesse on behalf of the participants. Many of them may want to ask this question. Sir, in interview, someone asked, when can you join? What we should reply?
When can you join?
Yeah.
Okay. If I have already finished my course, right? Let's say today is Saturday, and I am eagerly looking for a job. If somebody is asking me when can I join, I will tell I can join today or I can join on Monday. Right? Depends on my desperation.
Correct. Because some of the answers I received recently when I conducted the campus drive at Lucknow, some people have answered me, "Sir, my sister's marriage is there next month. After that, I'll join." So participants, please do not answer like that. Like Dr. Jesse said, if you are able to join immediately, please tell them immediately. Or you can tell that whenever company needs, I am ready. Sir, one more question. How many hours in a day you can work?
I think it's probably a wrong question to me. The reason is I used to maintain reasonably good balance till about a couple of years back. Currently, I am heading the India operations for a company. Hello?
Sir, I'm able to hear.
Okay. Yeah. Currently, I am heading the India operations for a company. The parent company is in Abu Dhabi. And so I joined here on 30th November 2020. So since last year, it's about 1 year plus now. So we are building the business. So actually, the interesting part is in all my companies, wherever I worked, including my current company, the mindset I will keep is, this is my own company.
Correct.
Okay. It's very important for us to keep the mindset that this is my own company. I'm working for my own organization. I'm not working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Moment I think I'm working for somebody else, then obviously I will start to think I should start working from 9 o'clock. I should try to finish by 5:30, 6 or 6:30. All that will come into the picture. Moment I think it is my company.
Yeah.
My company means there is nothing like because I'm working for 7 days a week now. Yeah. Sometimes I work till about 11 o'clock in the night. Anyway, I'm not saying that everybody should work like that. Point is, wherever we work, we should assume that it is my company. If the organization is giving you the environment for you to think like that, please grab that. Right? Correct. Because then you will enjoy. You will enjoy what you are doing. Because I don't, honestly, in the last 1 year, I have never attended any review meeting. I don't do any review meeting with my team also. I trust my team. I tell them openly. I don't ask any questions like, what time you logged in. Though people send the reports, etc. I don't watch it. I tell them, look, end of the day, only productivity matters. If I start wasting my time on trying to figure out what time you logged in, 9 o'clock, why you did not log in yesterday, I can see that you logged in at 9:15. What happened to the 15 minutes? If I go into this, I'm wasting my time. I would rather say, what is the productivity by end of the day? So coming to your question, am I maintaining a good work-life balance today? Perfectly, I'm maintaining. There is nothing pending for my personal activity.
Correct.
Right? I do take time to do my personal activity parallelly, but even on Saturday and Sunday also, I may interview some candidates so that I can, or I'll prepare some incentive data, or I prepare some report. So, though I talked about work-life balance in general, if we enjoy the job, then there is nothing like so many hours. I mean, I sleep thinking that I have to get up early and do this, right?
Correct.
I hope I can continue like this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but how to answer, sir? How a student should answer this?
Okay, a student should answer. I think it's a good question because I am recruiting freshers. I keep recruiting MBA HR freshers for my own team. Now, when somebody is asking me a question, what is your working hours per day? With my company right now, officially it is 5 days working, Monday to Friday, right? When we were working in the office, we used to work from 9 to 5:30.
Okay.
The reason is 9 to 1 we work. Tea, coffee will be served on the desk, so we don't need to go out. Then 1 to 1:30 we had lunchtime. 1:30 to 5:30 we work for another 4 hours. 4 plus 4, 8 hours working, 30 minutes lunch break.
Okay.
So when a fresher is asking me this question, what is your working hour? I tell this, then I tell, look, now we are working from home. Nobody is going to monitor you, sitting next to you, trying to figure out whether you took one, break for tea, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Nobody is tracking that. So, because we are working from home right now, I would encourage you to, if possible, put some extra hours. Because while working in office, there is a system to track your entry attendance. 9 o'clock people are coming in. 9 to 1 we work. 1 to 1:30 lunchtime. 1:30 to 5:30 we work. 5:30 to beat the traffic in Bangalore. All of us, including me, we will be thinking, I need to leave this particular place the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'll be stuck in traffic jam. Right now, there is no traffic jam. Working from home, there is no traffic, no jam.
Yeah, I got it, sir. Yes, yes.
Right, sir. There are many students who wants to ask the question by themselves. I'll just pass it on and make students to speak up, sir. That would be.
One person is asking why Asabanu is asking bond.
Yeah, sir. Let us know it.
Can the students can whoever it is, that Mr. Sharma, I think. See,
yes,
I think Dr. Jesse also will tell briefly. Okay. See, we are all trainers, freshers. So we need to train freshers. See, for training them, it takes at least 1-2 years. So we will be investing time and money on them. So we expect them to stay at least 3 hours with us so that we get back the returns. See, it's a ROI, return on investment. Bond, see, we are not inhuman. Just because bond is there, if something serious thing happens to them, we will not say, no, you're saying bond, you please you stay with us. It's not like that.
Just very good morning to you, sir.
One second, just to keep some fear, we are doing this. To keep some, they'll also have, I have signed bond, I should stay in the company. Okay, that is the reason. Anyhow, take over, Bhavya.
Right, sir. There's a question. Maybe this question from Arvind Kumar. Oh, Dheeraj wants to speak. Yes, Dheeraj?
Yes, sir. Very good morning to you, sir. I am Dheeraj Maurya from IIT Prayagraj. Sir, I met you in the campus placement of IIT.
Yeah, how are you, Dheeraj?
Fine, sir.
Tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to know that, sir, how, if any interviewer asks the question, how many working hours should you do to prefer? Sir, what answer I will give?
What answer?
I will give.
For the answer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, Dr. Jesse, shall I say or you will tell?
You can please go
ahead. Actually, I think I told you at the campus drive also. Again, I'll repeat it. See, we need to work according to the need of the company. For example, yesterday, myself and Dr. Jesse, we were discussing, of course, over phone or WhatsApp till night 11:30. 11:30, he wanted some information I gave. So that means we are working. That doesn't mean that all the 24 hours we need to be in the office. The right answer is, as per the need, if company needs me to work for 24 hours, I can work. Then interviewer will ask you how you can work for 24 hours. You have to reply like this, depending on the need. I go back to home, some call comes, because when in the earlier days, I used to work in factories. I used to get a call in the night, 12 o'clock, there is some fire accident or there is some small accident. We used to rush to the factory. That means we are working. Even in the house, we are working. Okay. So we have to reply depending on the need of the company. I'll work definitely 8 hours, but depending on the need, I can stretch it. Don't say that I'll work only 8 hours. After 8 hours, I'll not work. Okay. Have I answered?
Yeah, just to add to Mr. Harinath,
Yeah.
I think the key thing what the interviewer or what the employer is looking for is, are you able to connect with the business, right? If there is a business need, we are not, see, I am not expecting my team to work on Saturday and Sunday. Usually we work for Monday to Friday. However, if some groundwork, if they can do on weekends, it will help them to be super productive on Monday morning. Especially we are working from home, right? So everybody is keeping the laptop. We are giving a company laptop also in my organization to all the employees, right? Maybe there is a room where they have kept the laptop permanently open. They will just have to log in, do some 5 minutes job. If they have to do one Naukri job posting or speak to a candidate, do whatever. Hardly take 5 minutes. If you think that, oh, I have to work. If you bring in a dimension like, oh, I have to work for 10 minutes, I think the key thing is, am I enjoying what I'm doing? That will answer the point.
Exactly, sir.
If I am enjoying what I'm doing, it is like morning I'll go to buy vegetables. Certain things I have to do as part of my responsibilities in the family. I have to do certain things. Some things I will enjoy. Some things is my responsibility. Same way, in the corporate responsibility also, it's not about the hours. It is about your preparedness, your willingness to stretch when there is a requirement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dheeraj, you got the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think Shrikant
Thank you so much, sir.
wants to speak, sir.
Oh, welcome.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good.
Hello.
Yes, Shrikant, you're audible.
Sir, I want to ask something regarding my gap. Actually, I have completed my BE in 2007, and since then I was preparing for government jobs, and now because of the political turmoil, I could not make it. So now suddenly I give the exam for the CDEC and I got chance to get the admission in the CDEC. Now I am pursuing the PG diploma course in the embedded system designing from the CDEC. So just I want to know about that. How can I make the answer for if interviewer asks me that what were you doing since last 4 years?
Should I answer this?
Yeah, please, sir. Please.
Yeah.
I think, see, we should be honest about what we have been doing in life. Okay.
Okay,
If you have prepared last 4 years very, very sincerely for your government job, that's what you have done. It's okay. I mean, that is a fact. Please don't produce any fake experience certificates and keep it as an adjustment for 4 years. Let's not do that. It's not required. It's okay. See, I went for my PhD after working in the industry for almost 25 years. Okay. I did some good work in one of my companies in employee retention that prompted me to study further. So I decided to do my PhD. It took about, from beginning till end, it took about 6 years to complete the program. Last 2 years, I took a complete break from my corporate career. I was a full-time student. I took the risk, right? Because I wanted to finish my PhD. It's not about registering. So when people ask me later, there is a break. Yeah, I was focusing on my PhD. Only those who have done PhD will know the value of the 2 years gap, right? After having a family to support, etc., it's a big responsibility, big risk I took. But then I could come back to my corporate career again. So am I hiding those 2 years? I did some freelancing work. It's all there on my resume. Why you were not working? It's a full time. It's a need for me to finish my PhD. Simple. So there's nothing to hide. Let's be transparent.
Yeah. To add to what Dr. Jesse said is, suppose you say that you are preparing for some exams, bank exams or some exams. So they'll ask you, what are the subjects you studied? They may ask you questions on that. Then you should be able to, in a position to answer that. If you are not able to answer, even though it is true that you have studied, they may not believe that you really prepared. So you brush up whatever you studied in the last 4 years. Okay? You got the answer? Anyway, Bhavya, take next question.
Yes, so there's Yashwant who wants to ask the question. Yashwant, you can. 1 second, sir. Yashwant, please unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is G. Yashwant. I am from Siddipet, College of Indore Institute of Science and Technology.
Oh, very good.
I am studying in BTech third year ECE.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
Sir, I have the question is that my college is very below average college. The many of think that top colleges will only get in the top colleges with high packages in top companies. I have the doubt is how to crack the normal student from the
Hello.
Yeah, sir. You can. I think we got the question. Maybe we can answer this, sir.
Yeah. Actually, Dr. Jesse, you want to answer?
Yeah, maybe I'll just share a view. I think, see, finally it is all in our mind. Okay. Now, it is, we have to accept certain realities in life. Okay. I cannot be thinking today, maybe I should have been born in probably as the son of, Mukesh Ambani, right? My life would have been better, right? I think I need to accept what I am. I was born in a certain family. I was brought up in a certain way. I did my schooling in a particular place, what was available at that point of time. The key thing is, am I making use of every single opportunity coming my way? That's the question we need to answer. Okay, I did not study in IIT, but I have gone to IITs to interview candidates for my companies. I did not do my management from IIM, but I have gone to many IIMs to recruit for my companies. Right? I have gone to, while I was in Hong Kong, I have gone to several colleges, several universities, very well-known universities in the ranking globally. I have gone to recruit from those companies while I was from those institutions while I was working in Philips. So it is not to think inferior about what you are. It is to be prepared to handle what life is going to offer in future. Right? What we have is what we have. What we don't have is what we don't have. But I need to be happy. I should not have an inferiority complex if I come across somebody from a different institution. What is required is, am I doing well? Am I learning something new? Am I able to grow? Tomorrow, with your own background, if you are able to work in one of your dream companies, that is more important than what that person with a better branded institution will achieve or has achieved. So please don't compare with others. I think we should compare with only us.
Correct.
Am I better on a daily basis? Am I keeping myself employable on a daily basis? Today, if I lose my current job, will I get another job? If the answer is yes, I am in the right track. As simple as that. Yeah. If I get a feeling I may not get another job, which means I'm not doing well in my current job also. If I'm doing well in my current job, trust me, I should have 2-3 recruitment firms, 2-3 executive search consultants calling me regularly to say, we have an opportunity like this. We understand you are doing very well in your current job. We hear that you are doing well. We are tracking you professionally. So we have an opportunity. Can you come and join? So am I keeping myself employable for future? That is what all of us should always think and keep the content ready.
Yeah.
So don't compare with others.
Very true, sir.
Okay.
Very, very true. Yeah.
Yes, Yashwant, I think we answered your question.
Yeah, that's okay, ma'am. One more doubt that is now. ఓకే సార్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఉన్న నార్మల్ కాలేజ్ కి నేను హై ప్యాకేజ్ టాప్ కంపెనీస్ లో క్రాక్ చేయాలంటే ఎలాంటి స్కిల్స్ ఉండాలి సార్?
బాబు, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మనం కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. మనం ఇంగ్లీష్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎలా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి? ఎంఎస్సి అని ఉంది. ఎంఎస్సి అంటే మైండ్ టాక్, సెల్ఫ్ టాక్, క్రాస్ టాక్. రోజు 2 సెంటెన్సెస్ కనీసం గూగుల్లో చూసి ఫస్ట్ మైండ్ లో మాట్లాడుకోవాలి, తర్వాత సెల్ఫ్ టాక్ చేయి, తర్వాత అద్దం ముందు నుంచొని మాట్లాడు. అలా రోజుకి 2-3 సెంటెన్సెస్. అండ్ ఇందా నేను చెప్పినట్టు మాట్లాడుతూ ఉండు నీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ తోటి, ఎందుకంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూ మనం తెలుగులో చేయమని చెప్పలేం. సో ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పినట్టు టెల్ us సంథింగ్ అబౌట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అంటే వీ కాంట్ స్టార్ట్ ఇన్ టెలింగ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. సో అందుకని అది ఆ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ ఫ్లూయెంట్గా ప్రిపేర్ గాను. తర్వాత ఇది అంటారు కదా తెలుగులో, ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఫస్ట్ ఇంప్రెషన్ ఇస్ ద బెస్ట్ ఇంప్రెషన్, రైట్? ఇది కమ్యూనికేషన్ పార్ట్. తర్వాత ఏంటంటే నీ సబ్జెక్ట్ నాలెడ్జ్ కూడా బ్రష్ అప్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఏ ఇయర్లో, 3rd year, 4th year?
థర్డ్ ఇయర్ సార్. థర్డ్ ఇయర్ ఈసీ.
నువ్వు బ్రష్ సబ్జెక్ట్ నాలెడ్జ్ కూడా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి. కొత్త కోర్సెస్ చేయాలి, చాలా వస్తున్నాయి మార్కెట్లో. డాటా సైన్సెస్ కోర్సెస్ చాలా వస్తున్నాయి కదా, టెక్నికల్ కోర్సెస్. అవన్నీ నువ్వు అడిషనల్ క్వాలిఫికేషన్ ఉండాలి నీకు. ఓకే. అండ్ దాని సార్ చెప్పినట్టు డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ యువర్ కాలేజ్. చాలా తక్కువ కాలేజ్ చదివిన వాళ్ళు కూడా మంచి ఉద్యోగాల్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. పెద్ద పెద్ద కాలేజీలో IITs, IIMs చదివిన వాళ్ళు కూడా జాబ్ లేకుండా ఉన్న వాళ్ళు uన్నారు. All depends on us. Okay, don't worry, Yashwant. Sarena?
Adding to Harnath sir, as per my experience, Indoor Institute of Technology is one of the best colleges. Don't worry, Yashwant. I have been in your college and it's a good one. It's all about your thought process. So my sincere suggestion is, as you're in 3rd year, you have a good time for you, and do as many internships as possible and attend for as many workshops as possible and get good certifications. And finally, you should get a good knowledge. You just gain good knowledge. What is required to get a good package? As almost all the top companies are expecting, what knowledge they are expecting, just try to get that knowledge. Definitely that will give you whatever you're expectations. Okay, so don't worry about your colleges and your circumstances. You just focus on what you want. That's it. Okay, already you know what you want. You have to now just put your efforts in that way. Okay, that will give you definitely whatever you want. Thank you.
We have question from Lavkush sir. Lavkush.
Yes ma'am. Good morning sir.
Morning.
Sir, I am Lokus Gupta from IIT College, Prayagraj.
Oh, how are you?
I am fine, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, suppose that we are working job in your company on the bond role, and some incidences had happened with me. Then what we have any type of rights or process for handle that?
Come again.
Sir, suppose that we are working job in your company on the bond role. But some incidences had happened with me. Then what we have any type of rights or process to handle it or tackle it?
No, see, as I हिंदी में बोलूं क्या आपको मैं?
ये मान लीजिए कि हम आपकी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं बॉन्ड पे.
हाँ.
लेकिन उस समय हमारे साथ पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से कोई ऐसी हादसा हो जाती है, घटना हो जाती है जिससे कि हम काम करने में अनेबल हैं. तो उसको टैकल करने के लिए क्या प्रोसेस या फिर कोई राइट्स हैं?
नहीं, वही बोला ना, मैं पहले भी बोला था, आपका रीजन जेन्युइन है समझो. कुछ बीमारी है आपको, आप काम नहीं कर सक रहे, आप बेड के ऊपर है, 1 साल काम नहीं कर सकते, ऐसा रीजन है तो रिलीव कर सकते. क्या है, हम ये हमारा कंपनी में बॉन्ड ले रहे, लास्ट मैं 15 साल से कर रहा हूँ ये कंपनी में, बहुत लोगों को रिलीव किया हमने, बॉन्ड है तो भी. बट ये नहीं होना कि झूठ नहीं बोलने का कि तबीयत ठीक नहीं है तो भी मेरे को तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, मैं हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हूँ, उसलिए मेरे को रिलीव, ऐसा नहीं करने का. अगर रीजन जेन्युइन है तो डेफिनेटली कंसिडर करते. ये नहीं हो कि मेरा गवर्नमेंट जॉब है साहब, मैं उसलिए मैं चले जाता हूँ, नहीं तो मेरा मदर बोल रहा, मेरा पिताजी बोल रहा है इधर काम मत करो, मैं चले जाता हूँ, ऐसा बोले तो नहीं रिलीव करते. आपका रीजन जेन्युइन रहने का. समझ में आया ना? हेलो हेलो. Anyway, Bhavya, next question.
Okay, sir. Then we have Mohan Sai wants to speak. Mohan?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sirs. So myself, K. Mohan Sai, from Hyderabad, and I am from college VPIT and Bharat Institute of Technology. So I am now currently 5 years. So I have got a face from interview. So the question is, what would you do in a pressure condition?
What would you do?
Under pressure condition.
Pressure.
Under pressure, what you will be doing under pressure?
Yeah. Dr. Jesse, would you like to answer this?
So what will you do under pressure? Under
Yes,
pressure,
under pressure, what you will do?
yeah. So basically, see, the question is, it is like, pressure is outside. Do I allow the pressure to come in, or I should keep it at a distance? Right? Let's say I'm working in the company, suddenly someone is calling and shouting at me, for example, right? So that is a pressure situation which is developed all of a sudden. If I start to be panicked, right, then I am reacting to that pressure. I am actually succumbing to that pressure. If I just stay calm, stay cool, trying to understand what that person is telling, then try to give the right answer, maybe that person will actually calm down. So always in life, pressure is there. It all depends on, should I accept it as pressure, or should I just take it as a transaction and deal with that in a logical way, right? So suddenly when we are walking on the road, we are not prepared. One dog just bounces on us. It's a pressure situation. So what should I do? I cannot bounce back on the dog, right? So I should try to manage and escape and peacefully leave. So all situations are pressure situations created from outside. It's a question of, should I succumb to that pressure? Should I take that pressure and start to panic, or should I analyze? Should I take a step back? Maybe it is not my mistake. Somebody has told that I have done the mistake, so that person is shouting at me. So this is how we are surrounded by pressure situations. Now that is the external pressure. Internal pressure is, sometimes we unnecessarily start to think, oh, this may happen, that may happen, tomorrow that will happen, this will happen. That is a pressure we are creating on our own selves when that situation has actually not yet happened. Right? Corona, this will happen, that will happen, right? Tomorrow, something will happen. Let us face the world in a calm way, so that maybe we are able to deal with that better than succumbing to pressure. So in the current situation, if you ask me, don't watch TV, switch off the TV, right? Don't watch any news. There is nothing, no news now. It's only breaking news about how many COVID cases. Is it like only COVID is the only disease in the whole country? There are so many other diseases. Media is so much interested in covering this, and breaking news should be equal to peaceful news. If breaking news is going to break myself and break my heart, I think I should stay away from that news, right? Breaking news should actually comfort me. Okay, there is a great thing happening in the country. So many people are getting jobs. So many good. That is called breaking news. Unfortunately, our breaking news are actually breaking us. So pressure situations are always around us. It depends on, shall I take it as a pressure, or I should just deal with that. If somebody is shouting at me, it doesn't mean that I need to, react to that. Don't react.
Yeah, we should respond to it. See, instead of reacting, respond to it. Yeah, next question, Bhavya.
There's a question from Poloju Harini, sir. In interviews, if you don't know the answer, is it okay to tell that I don't know the answer?
I think, yes, we have to tell. If you don't know the answer, tell. Because many students now, in my experience, even if they don't know the answer, they'll say some answer, thinking that the interviewer doesn't know. So, first of all, what impression the interviewer will get is, first impression he'll get is, he or she, the interviewer will get is, this person doesn't know the answer. If the interviewer is stopping there, that's fine. Second thing they'll think is, this person is not reliable. This person has got a habit of telling lies. So even out of 10 questions, 9 questions, if the candidate has answered correctly, 10th question she lied, then there is 90% probability of not getting job. So don't tell. If you don't know the answer, please tell, because interviews doesn't expect to tell all the answers. Okay, am I right, Dr. Jesse?
Yes, very true.
See, don't try to manipulate the things in the interview. That is the only thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because why students do is they think that if I don't answer all the questions, I may not get job. No, even I have taken the candidates who have answered 50%. I have not taken the candidates who have answered 90%.
Right. So then we have a question from Akila. Why should we hire you? And as you are fresher, how can we believe you? Is a question. So how should we answer this question? Is that question.
Dr. Jesse, you can answer this.
What is the second part?
As you are fresher, how should we believe you?
How should we believe you? There is nothing to believe. I think see, I am a bit skeptical about these kind of questions in an interview, right? Because having interviewed so many people, I would rather select. I would, as an interviewer, it is my responsibility to keep the candidate also at ease, so that the candidate is comfortable, candidate is able to understand me and respond to me in the right way, right? So it is not about believing, as I said in my presentation. It's all about asking for proof or the evidence, right? So we are not here to go with the statement, I am a hardworking student. Everybody says I am hardworking, right? So where is the proof? So if somebody can say, in my 10th standard, this happened in my family, right? Maybe my father was unwell. I'm just giving an example. And during the final exam, this happened in my family. So there was a critical situation. So I had to manage this. Plus I had to manage my studies. Still, I managed to score this kind of marks. So every situation can be a proof. It has to be articulated in the right way. Now, it is not about whether the interviewer has completely believed or not, right? It is a question of the candidate trying to present himself or herself in the most appropriate way. If the interviewer is not believing, it is not my problem. If I am the candidate, it is not my responsibility to somehow make the interviewer believe what I am saying. I need to be truthful. I need to be honest. If there is a gap of 6 months in my resume, there is a gap. I need to tell what I did in that period. I took a break. I thought I will do something else. I will do my own business. I tried something for a few months. Nothing happened. Nothing could materialize. So I decided to get back to another job. That's why there is a gap. Now the interviewer can believe this. Interviewer need not believe this. Interviewer doesn't want to believe. I look for another company. Interviewer is losing a good candidate like me, right? I think at some stage we should try to take things in our stride in a positive way. Yes, Bhavya. Any other questions?
Right, sir. Yeah, we have many questions popping out. But guys, I'll because we are already it's been 2 hours that we are doing the session. What I'll kindly suggest you guys is, like, we have shared you the feedback link. Please put your query on the feedback link. We'll forward it to the Jesse sir or Harinath sir, and you'll get your query answered. There is Akash Sharma who wants to talk desperately. Maybe I'll just unmute only him. We'll take the last call for us.
Okay.
Akash,
I suggest Akash Sharma to directly call to Harna sir and speak, because he has some issue maybe that is related to Asabanu.
No, sir. Basically, my question connected to bond, company bond, but I realized its answer. My next question is, I want to ask. It is said that company topper does not take the boys. मतलब मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि कहा जाता है कि कंपनी टॉपर लड़कों को नहीं लेती है. जैसे जो अच्छे लड़के रहते हैं, उनको लगता है, कंपनीज को लगता है कि ये लड़का टिक नहीं पाएगा और मतलब ये कंपनी छोड़ के चला जाएगा, इसका मन पढ़ाई के प्रति भागता रहेगा. जैसा कि मेरे साथ हुआ है, मैंने 2 कंपनीज जो अच्छी कंपनीज थी, मैंने उसमें टॉप रैंक कर रहा था, लेकिन मेरा सिलेक्शन वहां पे नहीं हुआ. और फिर मतलब पता करने पे और पिछले रिकॉर्ड को देखते हुए ऐसा लगा कि हाँ, ऐसा होता है, लड़कों के साथ ऐसा होता है कि अच्छे कैंडिडेट्स को कंपनीज नहीं लेती. वही जहां तक उम्मीद है, मेरे लास्ट रैंकर लड़के को 2 बार कंपनी ले चुकी है.
ओके, शर्मा जी. हेलो.
No, you can continue, sir. He's on mute. It's okay.
Yeah. शर्मा जी, ऐसा होता है कि आप इंटरव्यू में क्या बोले, आप डिप्लोमा है ना? डिप्लोमा, आई थिंक यू आर अ डिप्लोमा स्टूडेंट. आप बोले होंगे मैं बीटेक करता हूं बोल के. बीटेक करे तो कैसा लेते हैं? नहीं तो 2 साल के बाद मैं बीटेक करता हूं बोल के बोलेंगे.
No, he's not from diploma itself, sir. He replied.
You're only? Yeah. I'm in diploma.
Okay.
He's a diploma. So इंटरव्यू में जब पूछते हैं ना, सी आप बोलने का यस मैं 1-5 साल के बाद करता हूँ ना. आपका अगर मैं झूठ बोल के नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, आपको करने का तो क्यों कंपनी कैसा लेते हैं? आप 1 साल के बाद छोड़ देता हूँ बोले तो कोई कंपनी भी नहीं लेगा ना. सो टॉपर को नहीं लेते बोल के ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. टॉपर्स को ही प्रेफर करते हैं. नहीं, अपन मार्केट को जाते हैं, मार्केट में ज्यादा अच्छा चीज ही करते हैं ना. जैसा ही एम्प्लॉयर भी अच्छा कैंडिडेट को ही लेना चाहते. ये नहीं कि अच्छा बुरा कैंडिडेट को नहीं बोल के कोई कंपनी नहीं सोचता. बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट कैंडिडेट्स कंपनीज वुड लाइक टू रिक्रूट.
It's all matter of like how you are convincing your opposite person during the interview time. Okay, you should create confidence on you to the opposite person. If he is offering you a job, you will stick to that organization for a long time. That is the only thing recruiters mostly look into the candidate. So if you can create that confidence, then definitely you will be the first person who will recruit. Okay.
Yeah, like Mr. Madan said, Mr. Akash Sharma, आप मेरे को बाद में कॉल करिए, मैं explain करता हूँ आपको, ठीक है?
Right, sir. Then we have Shankar and Manikanta. Considering the time constraint, Shankar and Manikanta, we are not able to take your questions, guys. Please give your feedback and put your question in the comment section. We would surely approach you again. The consideration. I'll just brief like what HIW does, guys. Just 2 minutes of your time, not more than that. We HIW generally train the core segment engineers, like especially the electrical, mechanical, and civil students, on industry-oriented training, and then help them to get into right career in terms of the placement support. Okay, we have a batch starting in the coming Monday for electrical engineers, and also the mechanical engineers on 27th of this month. So whoever wants to enroll with us, we have put our numbers and all the details in the chat box. You can contact us, and you can even put in a chat box in the feedback if you want to contact us. We'll surely give you a call, inform you the complete details, and make you understand like what we does and how the training program would be also. You can also visit our website, and the complete session recording will be available on the YouTube, guys. And those who have given your feedback will receive your certificates as soon as possible. Please give us 1 week of time. If you haven't received, you can reply on the mail that you have registered, and we will surely get back to you with the certificate, guys.
Yeah,
yes,
for
sir?
the information of participants, see, I am associated means I know HIEE for the last 10 years. So we have recruited many engineers from them, and most of them have done an excellent job. And people who are jobless for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they came to them. And after their training, they give very practical training. Because Mr. Madan is also an electrical engineer. He has experience in industry, and they have very good faculty. Okay. So my suggestion is you can take the help of HIEE. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jashi sir. Thank you, Harinath sir, for your valuable time and your experiences which are being shared. I hope our students who have connected today has got a great exposure on like how the interviews have to be answered. I'm so sorry for the guys whose questions are not been answered. I will surely get back to you guys, and thank you so much for your patience, and I would really say Happy New Year for you guys. I know it's 22nd of January, but still, thank you so much, guys. Please give your feedback, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jesse and Harnath sir and Bhavya and all the participants. Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you all the
Thanks,
participants.
everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day. As mentioned, the presentation would be sent to your mail IDs, guys. Those have given the feedback, as well also all the registered candidates. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I request to all of you, like, please follow us on LinkedIn and Insta.
Yes, for our latest updates. Yes.
Because every month we will conduct many useful webinars. So for the latest updates from HIW, you have to follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Guys, we HIW signing off. Thank you, Jesse sir and Harinath sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Jesse. Thank you, Mr. Madan.
Thanks.
Thank you.